All right, so thank you everyone for joining, this webinar. I really appreciate you for taking your time to join. So this webinar is being brought by AkolagTech and Nomadic Negro. So today webinar is all about how to start a successful blog website. Some of the house rule, everybody will be muted. Questions should be posted using the chat function, and we will address all your questions as we go along or towards the end of the presentation. All questions will be answered towards the end of the session, so everybody knows your questions will be answered towards the end. So we have a gift for you. For everybody that joins, there's a gift. So presentation webinar so that you can, hear the gift and how you can benefit. So you have to stay to the end. All right, so today's presenters, Tunde, which is going to introduce himself, is the owner of Nomadic Negro. It's one of the travel blogging sites in Nigeria. He's been blogging for a while, so he's going to introduce himself. And also myself, Akin Olu, the CEO of AkolagTech, which is an IT company. All right, so Tunde, can you please introduce yourself? So everybody knows.
All right, guys. My name is Philip Tunde. I run Nomadic Negro. Nomadic Negro is a travel content blog website that is focused on helping Nigeria thrive with tourism. So I believe strongly that Nigeria has a lot of potentials to make our great, and one of those ways is by focusing on tourism as a commodity to sell, actually. So I am one of the very few evangelists really pushing this narrative, and I'm sure with the price we are paying, with how much we are pushing this craft, I am very, very optimistic about the fact that Nigeria will be up there with the likes of Kenya, South Africa, and every other country that is notorious or famous for travel and tourism around the world. So today we're going to just be talking about how to build a successful blog, because I have been doing this for a while and I have made a lot of mistakes as well as a couple of good decisions as well. So I think the best thing is just to share so everyone else can benefit from a wealth of experience. So I look forward to having a very, very nice time with you guys tonight. Thank you.
Thank you for joining as a presenter, Tunde. And if everybody can join Tunde's Twitter, that's a Twitter handle, and the Instagram, so you guys can join and follow up and catch up on some of the news. He has some interesting, blog and news updates on his travel, so you guys can follow him as well. Very interesting. All right, so for myself, my name is Akin Oluwaseun. I'm the CEO of AkolagTech. This is our the company's Twitter, so you guys can join. Akolag1 for Twitter, Instagram, Akolag, and Facebook. This is how you catch up on some of the our news trends and activities and product and anything that we have going on in the company. So a little bit about the company. AkolagTech is a premier solution in providing enterprise IT solution. We help simplify and help businesses. So one of our expertise is in IT consulting, cloud computing, IT hosting, digital transformation, business continuity, security, hardware procurement. And you can visit our website, AkolagTech.com, and you can read more about us. All right, so we're gonna just dive into the topic of today, how to start a successful blog website. So can you please go on mute? So content is a king. You know, as we will be talking about in this webinar, content is the king. So you have to, if you have content, you can do a lot of stuff. You can control, you can make, you know, people listen. You can do so many things. You can also be successful at it. So, you know, you have to love blogging. All right. So from a blogger, let's hear from a blogger, the one that does blog for full time. So let's hear from her. I mean, from him. Tunde. All right. I'm gonna give it over to you. Let's-
All right. Basically, can you help me with the next slide, please? I
Yeah.
beg.
Sure.
So yeah, the first thing, like when you look at the content we have, like from my own part, I'm going to be taking you guys up on a short story on how I got to start my blogging journey and my experience as a blogger. And I need to tell you a couple of reasons why you should actually own a blog. So this webinar is specifically for folks who are about like considering blogging as either a side gig or something they want to really get serious with, or something they really just want to have. So it's basically for beginners, people who have just started a blog that are about to nurture, or people that are considering actually having a blog of their own. So we are just trying to do this so you don't make a bunch of mistakes, because most of the mistakes bloggers make, they make it while they are about to start their blogging and very early on in their blogging career. You don't want to see yourself having written like 200 to 300 posts, and then you figure there is a mistake with your blog that you need to change. You know, that kind of thing can be heart wrenching. So that's how we're putting this together. So I'll be talking about how I became a blogger, my experience as a blogger, and why you actually need to own a blog. So a short story on your screen, you probably might not see this very well, but I deliberately put this here to let you know how all this started. So the date we have on this email is the 7th of July 2016. That was like a day before everything went live. So I have been talking to my friends when I was in university. I graduated from Unilag, by the way. I studied economics, and if you're familiar with social sciences, you would know very well that most economics graduates will either end up working in banks or working in other financial institutions like financial analysts, becoming investment bankers, and all. I wasn't a bad student at school. Like I was I was a good student. Basically, I finished with a 2-1, a good one at that, and I, I helped my friends. Like I was that guy who usually helped friends with tutorials and all. So, but something in me really told me, guy, you you really don't have a flair for the financial world. Like, don't get me wrong, I was good with maths too. So but I just don't have this nothing excites me about finance. Nothing excites me about picturing myself on suits, on like shirts, going to work in the morning, coming back at night and all. Don't get me wrong, it's an amazing career. I just don't I just did not see myself there. So what I did was I tried asking myself, Tunde, what is this thing you're good at? What would you want to use the rest of your life for? So I started putting ones and twos together, and I figured, hey, you actually can build a career for yourself outside finance, and also try solving a problem from the corner of your room. You get it? So I looked at it. In my year 3, I was the PRO to my department, and I did a fantastic job, by the way. And then when I got to year 4, I was the financial secretary to the faculty. So I have tasted what it feels like being a PRO, where you get to relate with people, write content, and do stuff. So that was when I started learning how to write. And when I got to year 4 and I became the financial secretary to the faculty, I felt what it feels like to handle finance, to do bookkeeping and all this stuff. But I wasn't really feeling that stuff. I was more committed to writing stuff and relating with people. So by year four, I figured I think my strong point has to be writing and relating with people. So I felt okay, I need to use this skill to actually solve a problem. So I looked at the entire thing. I studied economics. Economics tries to help people manage scarce resources. So I asked Tunde, what if you start writing and then you start writing about a topic or something that actually will help Nigeria distribute our scarce resources properly? And then I looked at the entire sector, the numerous sectors we have in Nigeria. And then I looked at travel and tourism. It wasn't really doing well. So and I felt, how about you writing something? How about owning a blog, starting up something and write about this particular industry such that you encourage more people to travel. You will travel yourself, write about your trip, document your entire trip and all. And then when you get back, distribute this content so that people who like to travel as well. Like when you get back and document your trip and share, when people read, they get this urge to want to travel. And when they travel to places from Lagos, for instance. When people travel from Lagos, they go to Kano, they go to Oshun and Ko and very remote areas, take their monies there to go and spend. So I think that would be a smart way for people to actually distribute income. So I thought it was a fantastic idea, but I did not have money. Like I was broke all through school, so there was no money. But I think I had very cool people in my circle, so I wasn't that broke exactly. So this letter you're seeing on the screen now was the mail I wrote to I think about 10 friends in my class. I told them the idea. I told them the truth, guys. I'm not going to be practicing economics. I would like to pursue something around travel and tourism. I want to become a blogger. And my friends are cool. Like they believe strongly in me. They've seen stuff I have done while I was the PRO, while I was the financial secretary, and then they really believed in me. I told them I needed money to go on my first few trips, and then anything at all I would appreciate from them. So before this time, I had been studying how to become a blogger. What do I need to do? What are the mistakes many people make about blogging and all? So I was reading consistently about blogging and travel for like 6 months or thereabout before I finally wrote this on the 7th of July 2016. So I wrote to my friends, and then the next day, within the next 1 week, I was able to raise enough money to travel to my first three destinations. And then, like, I was broke, like I told you, but I had friends who actually believed in what I was doing and all. So that was how I started my blog. That was how I launched my blog. And till today, like that story still remains like one of the most amazing stories I would continue to tell. So, Kim, you can help me with the next slide. Yeah. So, 2017, like 2016 was when I launched the blog. So I didn't write any blog post because I still needed to do researches, like because there were very few people doing blogging in my niche as at when I launched the blog itself. So I still needed to read, write, do a lot of things to be able to have a niche for myself inside the travel blogging niche. So by the time I was done in 2017, September 2016 actually, I wrote this blog post. This was my first trip I took as a travel blogger. It was on the 4th of September 2016 that I wrote it. Can you see, like from July or thereabout till September 2016? So I wrote my first blog post. I had traveled then to Abeokuta And then I was still struggling to find my voice in terms of my style of writing. So I was able to write this because the goal was actually to travel, come back, and then write about how my trip went so that I can encourage people to travel. So I will document how much I spent on the trip and what the trip actually looked like and all. So I was really excited publishing this blog on my this post on my blog back then. And then like you can see, I think I had like 9 comments in the first blog post. People were just saying, hey, congratulations and all and all. So that was 2016 and this is 2020 already. So that was what my first trip looked like. That was what my first blog post actually looked like as well. So Akin, please help me with the next slide. Okay, so journey so far, you have this on the screen, but guys, if you have questions, you can start dropping those questions using the comment section here beneath the screen or wherever it is. Probably you're using your phone. So journey so far, um, as at September 2016, I wrote my first blog post, but as at today, I have written 101 blog posts, and each of these posts, like on the average, each blog post has like 1,500 words. So it therefore means if you multiply 101 by 1,500, that is how much words I've actually written as a blogger. And then so far, you are nothing if people are not relating with your posts as a blogger. So I've written this number of posts and then I've gotten 453 comments. These are excluding spam comments actually. So 453 comments from actually real people. So far I have had the privilege of working with a few companies I really admire, from Printable, Carrywise, AkolagTech, which is currently our host. I've worked with Travel Start, FCMB, Lost in Lagos, Bella Niger, and of course Backup Online. So what I'm trying to do with this in essence is that it is not actually about uh, the destination. Yeah, it's more of the process, like the journey. What does it like? We are hosting a session called How to Become a Successful Blogger. The question I'm expecting you to be asking is this guy actually a successful blogger? Because you want to teach me about being a successful blogger. Are you yourself successful? And if I were asked that question today, I would say, like, I wouldn't mind words. I wouldn't think it twice before telling you to your face that I am a successful blogger, because so far I have helped countless people prepare travel itinerary. If you asked before now, someone still reached out to me to ask, hey, I would like to ask a couple of questions about the place you've traveled to. I really would want to go as well. So remember, the reason why I had to start my blog was because I wanted to um, help Nigeria redistribute income and also take travel blogging or travel generally. I want to put it from zero to like very top there. So if I were asked, have I been successful at doing that? Yes, I have been successful. I would say that again and again. So I think I'm in the right position to actually begin this. So it's indeed a marathon. It isn't a sprint. So Akin, please help me with the next slide. Yeah. So is this the next slide? Yeah, fine. So I know we are all here because we actually have interest in blogging. We all are not here for travel blogging, because we actually have different things, from entertainment and gossip blogs to people who want to do blogging for the HR niche. People want to do blogging for professional purposes, and like there are myriads of niches you can delve into as a blogger. Only you know what niche you actually want to enter. But in as much as there are diverse niches available for blogging, there are actually some underlining rules or underlining truths about blogging, such that if you apply these rules or these truths to every of the niche you want to go to, irrespective of what the niche is, you would end up becoming a success at the end of it all. So this is my experience as a blogger. So one is that blogging is hard. If you see, I actually add this exclamation mark here to just lay emphasis to the fact that it is hard being a blogger. If you look at the stats now, we have up to like 1 billion blogs on earth. But how many of these blogs are actually active blogs? I don't think there are. I think there are just around 500,000 of them. So if we're having about 1 billion blogs and then we're having just 500,000 or 600,000 of them active, it therefore means what is happening to the rest that are not active? That is the question you need to ask yourself. So that goes to emphasize the fact that blogging is not a child's play. It is actually hard. It is not something you just want to do. Like it's not like let me write a letter to my uncle asking him for my school fees. No, blogging is actually a career. It is not a child's play basically, because I deliberately used this picture you're seeing on your screen because it reminds me a lot of how difficult blogging can be. This picture was taken in Kwara State, Ilorin, when I traveled down there, and I had to put up a blog post because I had fumbled to my followers on Twitter and Instagram that the blog is going to be dropping tonight, whether the devil likes it or not. And then I got to this place and there was no light. Laptop was dead, and I needed to actually finish, like put some finishing touches on my edits and then make it go live. And there was no light. So I had to talk to my friend, guy, where can I get somewhere to just fix this thing? I don't mind paying for my laptop to be charged. And then he took me to this, to under this tree. And then he said if I can find a way to plug my laptop and then probably plug my phone. If my phone is hung on this tree, because I used it as my internet source, and then I had to just, this CPU was, I found it somewhere around the corner. I just placed my laptop on it and then finished the edit and just push it out. So that goes to show how difficult things can be with blogging, because it's just crazy. You doing something that you are really not, you've not started even making any money from it. You are not making any money, you are suffering. You write a blog post and then only 2 people will read, and those 2 people you find out they are either your junior brother or your elder brother, or probably your flatmate who doesn't want you to feel bad and all. And the funny thing is, out of these 2 people that you figured read your blog or probably clicked the link to your blog, they didn't even read it. They just opened it so that you can feel good with yourself. So this thing can be really, really frustrating because you're using days writing blog posts, and then at the end of the day, only 3 people will read your blog. Nobody is dropping a comment, no one is sharing, and you feel really bad about the entire thing. And then many times you think about just calling it quits. And I think this is what happens to millions of blogs that are inactive today. So the first thing I have to tell you is that blogging is really not a child's play. Secondly, you need people. If you remember the story I just told about how I got myself into blogging, without the people, trust me, nothing was going to be called nomadic Negro. Like I need, like, these people really came through for me. And then if they hadn't believed in me, I wouldn't have published my blog. And then imagine I was just writing and people are not giving me feedback. People are not saying, hey, we love what you do. Hey, Sunday, you inspired me to want to travel. Hey, you inspired me to want to ride. A few weeks ago, someone reached out and said, hey, when I wanted to start my blog, your blog was one of the first I read, and then I have it bookmarked on my phone. And then that was really inspiring because I when I was starting, I never really imagined people will get inspired from my blog to go start their own blog. So you really need people, and the reason why I'm saying this is don't underplay the role of building relationships. Like, trust me, some people you are actually undermining or saying, hey, these people cannot actually help me do anything. These people might actually have things that would be useful to you in your blogging career. Like, if people can't even give you money, you need people to actually comment. You can't be commenting on your blog yourself now, and there's a limit to how much you can share your blog posts yourself. So imagine people are not commenting, imagine people are not saying good things about you, imagine people are not linking back to your blog posts, imagine people are not telling other people about you and your blog. Like, what would you be like? Like, you just screaming to a dead horse and all. So you need people. So from now, I really need you to start looking at your circle. Who are the people that can actually help you? Who are those people that really believe strongly in your goals? I had over 100 classmates, but I figured out, okay, who are these people that if I should tell I have this dream, they would be more than willing to stand and help me. So look at your circle. You don't need everybody to come into it, but try to look at strategic people that can actually help you. So, like, that can actually help you support this journey, so that you can have a good head start. It's not a matter of how long you've spent in the game. No, it's about how strategic are you. How strategic are you with people? How good are you with people? So if you've been ignoring people, or you've not been too good with maintaining relationship, I think this is the right time you need to, like, start building things up. Write notes to people, send them random messages, especially when it's not their birthday or on the new year. On a random day, just send people messages, thank them for something amazing they've done for you and all. Just check up on people, and try to start gifting people things. And trust me, you'll be at the top of their minds whenever they are thinking about opportunities. So next one is consistency. You need to be consistent. Consistency here doesn't mean that you have to be blogging every day. No, that's not what consistency means. Consistency means that as a blogger, you need to identify a period when you have to put something up, because once people start getting used to your blog, or once people start noticing you take on something, many people don't show up and say, hey, we saw what you did there. No, a lot of people would lay back and will want to watch if you would sustain that tempo. So they are watching you put out your first blog post, and then the next day you put out something again, the next day put out something, and then they'll say, oh, it seems this guy is serious, then let us share his blog post. So like I said, it is not about putting up something every day. It's actually about making people know when you usually put something out. So for me, I figured, due to how complicated travel blogging is, I think the most consistent I can be at the moment is writing 2 solid blog posts every month, 2 blog posts every month, 2 every month. So that is how I have chosen my consistency. You can decide to put out something new every week. You can decide to put out a blog post once every day, depending on how comfortable you are with your style and all. So, but the utmost key is that consistency is key. Lastly, here on this list, we have you have to put purpose before money. Trust me, I want money. Everyone else does want money. But if you put money before purpose, if money, making money, maybe you heard that Linda KG built a house in Banana Island. That was what, if that was what influenced you to want to start blogging, trust me, you might not last. You won't even last. It's not a matter of you might not, because that's what will be on your mind. And then before you start making money, it takes time. You need to build content, you need to build a community, you need to build people that can trust in you, and then you need to give impression to brands to want to work with you before you can even make jack out of anybody's purse. So purpose should be the most important thing to you. So your blog could either be to inform people or to entertain people. For me, I chose to inform people while softly putting a a couple of entertaining stuff inside it. So you can decide to strictly entertain people with news, with gossips, with gist, with sports news, and the entire thing. And you can also decide to like become a knowledge base for a particular niche. So purpose before money. When you consistently put purpose before money, when you consistently put out content with the mindset of trying to create value for people, then money money will chase you. Like people will reach out to you and say, hey, we want you to help us write something and all. Like I have a very good example to share. I was just in the office one day and I got a call from someone. Hey, good afternoon. He said, hey, am I speaking with Nomadic Negro? I said, yes. He said, oh, I found your blog on Google and then I would like you to work with me on something like within the next 24 hours. And then I asked, what is it you want me to do for you? He said, the thing is, I work with FCMB and there is this new product we want to push out. We need you to put it on your blog, create a content for us, put it up on your blog, and then push it out tomorrow. How much do you want to take for this gig? And then I wasn't prepared for such a thing. Someone just calls me out of the blue. So I deliberately called a figure to scare the person out so that the person will, I don't know if the person is a scam or something. I just called a ridiculous amount to just say, at least if I call this amount now, this person will not bother me again. And then I called the amount and the person was like, okay, no problem. I'm sending you a couple of things you can use for the content now. Send your account details. Once this project goes live on your blog tomorrow, we get a backlink and then we get an evidence that it's been posted, then we send you the money. I was like, no, I will need you to pay some part of the money before I can even put the pen to paper. And before I knew what was happening, that night I got half of the money. And the next day when the blog went up, I got the balance, like without stressing that much. So I didn't know anyone from anywhere. I just got a strange call from someone who says is working with FCMB and all. So if you go to my blog now, you see a particular blog post where it reads, the topic is, I think, essential things you need to take along while traveling. So that was the blog post I wrote for them on that project. So if you chase purpose, money will come looking for you, not you going to look for money. And then if you are consistent with it, trust me, like only the sky will be the limit. And then it usually gets really hard in the beginning, but trust me, the moment you get on the express, things will start just working out for you. Like like the gym is your house or something. So it's just fine. Purpose before money, basically. Akin, please help me with the next slide. Is this? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Why you need a blog? So we talked about my journey starting and then my experience as a blogger, and I've shared a couple of things with you that I think you should convince you enough about the journey you're about to start or the journey you just started. So why do you need a blog? You need a blog, one, to actually have an audience. You need an audience. Like, trust me, no matter how, don't let me like permit me use this one, no matter how useless you think you are as a person, or no matter how intangible you think you are as a person, you have influence over at least somebody. You have an influence over somebody. So how about expanding the number of people you have influence over in a particular field? How interesting does that sound? A group of people where whenever they think about a particular subject matter, they think of you as an expert in that field. A group of people where when you say something about a particular subject matter, they respect the opinion. A group of people where you've been with them so much that you can tell them to go to hell and they won't question why you've looked down on them. So You need to have an audience. That's one of the reasons why I think you need a blog. You need to have an audience that you need to be responsible for helping provide information or entertaining directly or indirectly. Next one is that you need to establish an authority. So I don't know anything about medicine, I don't know anything about architecture, but I think I have done so much for myself that I know a thing or two about travel, and then I want to establish an authority there. So for whatever reason you're going to be running a blog or something, uh, whatever niche you want to be picking, it could be writing about engineering, it could be writing about career, it could be writing about news and gossip, it could be writing about food or anything. You need a blog to actually enable you establish an authority in that field, because you don't want to be that guy that says he knows about stuff and then people can't even go to a particular place where he documents his thoughts about this particular field. So you need to meet new people. That's the third thing. You need to meet new people. I've met a whole lot of people. Like, I have traveled to places where I knew no one, and I was able to make new friends from where I went to. I have organized trips where uh, I only knew just one person out of the 7 people I traveled with, and then I made new friends. And those guys were still together till today. They've linked me to projects. They've gotten me a couple of gigs that I've done, and imagine I never knew them. So blogging helps you meet people. It helps you meet people that you won't even know, because you are consistently doing something. You're consistently creating value in a particular field. People start seeing themselves as a part of your life. They want to become a part of you. So blogging helps you do that. They go to your blog and they read. When they read your blog, they feel like they are a part of you already. They know what you are up to. They know, you promised us you're going to write a blog post. Why didn't you write? Hey, we saw your Instagram. You were lounging at one park or something. They feel like they know you, and nothing is as interesting as when people feel like they're a part of your life. Like, life is really sweet when you have enough people who feel like they are a part of you. I mean, that's what connects us to Jesus Christ. That's what connects us to the great prophet Muhammad. So I think when people have this sense of belonging to you and your life, it makes them feel really good. And then next one is to validate your expertise. Like, um, you are proving or you are building yourself to become an expert in a particular field. You don't just do it with mouth, you back it with action. And one of the surest way to do this is by owning a blog. Trust me. Lastly, to make money. We talked about this in the last slide. You need to make money, because if you don't make money in the long run, then you won't really do this thing. You won't be encouraged to really go. Nothing to really encourage you to go. There are many footballers that are passionate about the sport, but without the money, something will seem missing. So basically, money is like one of the most important things you need to, uh, one of the most important reasons why you need a blog as well. Because of course, I got one of the ways we make money, by the way, is using Google AdSense. I got Google AdSense for my blog. I think when was that? 5 months after opening my blog. So I was already making some dollars from the traffic on my blog. And a time came when I was so interested in the dollars that, even though it was just stipend, but I was so engrossed in the dollar that every time I would go and check my Google dashboard, how much have I made today? How many people clicked on the ad? How many people did this and that? So I was so focused on it that I started losing focus on the reason why I was here. So I had to disconnect the entire thing from my blog. So as we speak, you won't find an ad on my blog, because I really want to be focused on giving my audience the content they actually signed up for, not to disturb their faces with ads and all. So lastly, there's a quote here by Maya Angelou. It says, there is no greater agony than the untold stories inside you. Whether you're writing blog for entertainment or to educate people, or you're writing blog posts based on your life story and whatnot, the most one thing many people regret on their deathbed is actually the things they were not able to do that they should have done. So I don't want to regret not opening a blog. I don't want to regret not blessing the world with the talent I have with writing and actually inspiring people to want to travel. So that is one mission I have signed up for myself. Since I can't fix the world, I can't fix the continent, I can't fix the country, I can't fix the state I live in, I can't fix it. I can't even fix my street. But I think I can start fixing myself and my immediate environment. So if you do the same thing in your field, if everyone else here does the same thing in their fields, I think the entire health will be a good place for us to live in. Like that one, I am sure of. So next one. Yeah, so I think this is the last slide from me. So I kept this story because I really need to tell it. It's called the ipage nightmare. So I was sharing this story with Akim. I think it was yesterday or day before yesterday. I was sharing it with Akim that, hey Akim, before before I joined, before I decided to, this is actually a story of how I started hosting my blog with AkolagTech, by the way. So, I told you I have been researching about how to start a blog and all, like for a couple of months before I launched my blog. So I have looked at, okay, before you can have a blog, don't start a blog with a freely hosted domain. That's what the experts say. Don't say let me start it with www.nomadicnegro.blogspot.com or .wordpress.com, and then when the blog is now progressing, I can now change it to a custom domain. That was what the experts said. They said you shouldn't try it if you really want to be serious with blogging. So what I did was I went to search for, okay, what are the companies that offer this domain, whatever. I really don't know much about it. So I searched, I saw GoDaddy, I saw iPage, I saw everything. Is there no Nigerian company that does this thing? And I couldn't find. And then the few that I found, like, you need to see the reviews. Like, the reviews were horrible. So I can't even put my dreams in the hands of a Nigerian company that cannot be trusted by a lot of people. So I said, okay, it's fine. Since the money my friends gave me is more than enough to cover for my first few trips, let me buy my domain, my custom domain from iPage, and let me also host it with iPage. I didn't know it will end with tears. So I started with iPage, amazing service and all. And then they brought the bill. Guys, when you look at this bill, $155 for a 400 level student who doesn't have any source of income except the 2,000 naira in 2 weeks that my parents used to send me from home. Like, $155 was quite a lot for me. But I paid the first time because as a new customer, they will give you all these interesting discounts. So you don't even know what's up. So I think I paid less than $50 the first time. So it was interesting and all. And then at the end of the first year, I haven't started making any money on my blog. And then they brought my bill. They said, oh, your blog will expire, your blog's domain and hosting will expire in the next 7 days, and this is your new bill. And they brought $155. How am I going to do this? I haven't started working. So I was like, okay, if this is how my blog will come to an end, it is fine. I'm not paying this money. So I did not pay. And then when the day came, they shut down my blog, and I was like, it is fine, I'll go and open Medium, I'll start blogging on Medium. I don't want to do blogging again. So something happened. Somehow I got some money into my account, and then I was really happy. Like, the money entered. I did a couple of things for some research company, and then they paid the money. at night when I was sleeping. And then by the time I would wake up the next morning, I saw a congratulatory message from PayPal and GT, and they were saying, congratulations, your blog has now been renewed. And I was like, what the fuck are you guys saying? Renewed what? Something I'm not doing again. And then that was when I knew what was happening to me. Like the entire money I got from the gig I did has been swapped by ipage to pay for my renewal. They didn't do anything wrong. But the truth is, I am still a struggling blogger who hasn't had anything, like I haven't made any penny from blogging, and then I am paying $155 for renewing my hosting plan, and then I was really pained. So this was what dragged me back into blogging, because I said I wasn't going to do this again. So it dragged me back, and I was like, since they've removed my money, then let me continue blogging then until this one expires. So if this expires and I don't make enough money to pay for my blog's renewal again, then it means God has shown me the sign that this thing is not for me. So a few days later, I got a chat from someone. I was like, hey, Travel Start needs to do something. And then we saw your blog post on Ireland, and we think we would like to put the content on your blog. And then I was like, I don't want to do sponsored content yet, and blah, blah, blah. When these people said how much they were going to give me for the blog post I was going to write, I was like, okay, you know what? Bring the money. And then that was how I started making money from my blog. So they gave me the money and I continued blogging, and I was able to save enough. But when I figured it was about 2 months to it expiring the next year, I had to start looking for a reliable company that I can comfortably afford and will give me an amazing service. So I didn't really know how I stumbled on AkolagTech. And then we've started since then. Everything was seamless. I moved my hosting, and I moved my domain. Like everything was now handled by Akolag. And then anytime I have an issue, probably maybe my blog is slowing, it's not loading fast, hey, it's just a WhatsApp message away or just an email, and then I get an instant response. Okay, we are working on this, we'll help you fix this. And then before I know what's happening, like the customer service has been amazing. And then the cost of running my blog is now something I can easily just say, hey, okay, let me transfer money to you now, not the nightmare I used to have. So, and this is what has really inspired me. This is what has really excited me in like running this actual masterclass and even this partnership with AkolagTech, because I really believe in the value that will be exchanged. I really don't want to keep this to myself. I really want a lot more people like you to really benefit from this amazing company. So this is not me saying, hey, I'm promoting a company because I have been paid. No, it is because it is something I think has been useful for my blog for the past for at least the past 2 years now. And then it's been really amazing working with them. And that is why I'm doing this, so that a lot more people that are starting their own blog or that have started their own blog but are still at the beginning stage can actually not make the same mistake I have made. Because trust me, who you host your blog with or how you host your blog and your domain really goes a long way, and the entire technology your blog will build on like goes a long way. Has a whole lot of things to do with the company you are hosting it with. So that is where me I would rest the case now. I can see a couple of questions. I'll be checking the questions and see if anyone is directed at me, so I can start planning my answers. So I'll leave Akim to continue the remaining slides for you guys.
Oh man, that was an amazing presentation. Thanks, Philip. Tunde, that was amazing. You really went in detail. For anyone who is inspiring to be a blogger, please take notes from Tunde. That was amazing. I haven't learned some stuff from you, so this is amazing. Thank you for putting the light into a blog experience. So that was amazing. So I'm also going to make some comments about, just a remarks on what Tunde just said, and then I'll dive into the the tech for bloggers. So the experience with Tunde was actually, we started the hosting company AkolagTech hosting platform was part of our solving our home problem, because we have different websites. We work for companies that we host their website, and we do so many things. So we decided to build our own. We were using other hosting company, and we weren't getting the experience that we are looking for. Like, the customer service is horrible. Even outside Nigeria, Nigeria is even worse. You can't even talk to anybody. So that was a nightmare for us to say, you know what, let's start our own hosting company. And gradually is a word of mouth. People are just, like people like Tunde and other people that have great experience with just spreading the word. Like, this is a great hosting company. We're not just, trying to give you the best experience in hosting. We also want to make you successful. So that's why we put in this webinar, so that, not every company does this, but we want everyone to be successful. When you buy a domain and host a domain from a company or any hosting company, they shouldn't leave you alone to figure it out. I mean, that's not their responsibility. It's your responsibility to figure out how to make things work. But at the same time, they should care. So that's what we do. We care about our clients, and we care about helping people. So thanks today for making this wonderful presentation. And I just wanted to tell, like, just few comments. It is all about hard work. What Tunde was just saying, you have to put a lot of effort, and to be honest, it pays off. Your hard work, people will pay. People, you don't know who's paying attention and watching and listening and following you. You never know, and you'll be surprised. Like, your hard work will come to benefit when someone is looking to invest and say, you know what, I'm going to pay you to write a content, all over the world, because they like some of the things that you are talking about, and then they believe in your content, and they want you to help them. And that's how you make money. So, money will come. I just want you guys to know the money will come. Don't do it because, oh, I want to make money. I need a blog. I want to make money. Do it because you love what you're doing. Do it because you're enjoying it. When you're writing content, you really love the content you're writing. You love it because this is your niche. Don't try to be somebody else. Be yourself, because if you be yourself, there are some other people like you that can follow you. If you love soccer, blog about soccer. If you love whatever it is, blog about it and be passionate about it. You'll be surprised what can take you to. And you can also get sponsorship. You can become affiliate with other companies, and you will find out that the blog will pay itself, and you can make some extra income from it. All right, so let's dive into the tech for blogger. All right. So tech requirements. So one of the things that you need for you to have a blog is a website. You need to have a website, a professional website. The reason why I say professional website is not spending a lot of money. All these WordPress has a template that you can start off of. You don't have to. You can use an existing template to build your own content. You can look for experts if you don't have any experience. That's something that is cheap. You don't want to look into something that is so difficult or so expensive. So keep it simple. So you need a website. That's the number one. So the website is a place for you to display your content. Professional blog, take it serious. Today just mentioned one point that if you trying to stand out, use something, invest, spend a little bit of money, invest in the beginning, because when people look at your blog, they look at your domain, and it says they go to your website and they say, oh wow, I don't have to go to WordPress.com or WordPress.com. It goes straight to your own domain, which show that you take this serious. Even if it's an hobby, you take it very serious. Stand out, make it simple. Pick a simple theme. The reason why I say simple theme is I know people like fancy template, fancy theme. When they go to the website, everything is flashing. And so flash or images doesn't count in terms of content creation. I know people might disagree to say, you know what, if I go to your website and your website, yes, it has to look very professional, not sloppy. If you need help, reach out to us or reach out to any web developer or any geek that can do your website cheaper for you if you don't have that experience. For some of these things, you can do it yourself. You can watch YouTube, you can do it yourself, and it's just an experience for you to learn. Choose a simple template, because when you choose a simple template, it loads faster, and then you can rank very well in Google ranking, because Google doesn't count website that takes forever to load, because it discourages users. How many times do you go to a website and it takes forever to load? Because when a website is loading, it's loading different contents. First thing it does is the images and some of the backend program. But if your website has a lot of image or flashing, it will not load faster. So that might discourage your audience, and then they move on. Oh, this website is taking so long, I don't have time. Focus on the content, not the look. That's just what I just said. Trying to spend so much time on the content, because that's what people wanted to read. They wanted to read your content. They wanted to understand what it's all about, you, or what you are talking about. So the next one is domain. Domain name, you need to find a domain. So domain name is now cheap. .com, we even, this is part of the things that we're going to talk about. We even giving out free domains. So it's cheap now. So you don't need to say, oh, it's expensive. Yes, before, when we're talking about maybe 5 years, 10 years, it's really expensive. Now, domain, you can get a domain for free. So why do you need a domain? Good for branding. The reason why is because when you go to WordPress.com, it's the WordPress that owns the domain. So people will probably think it's owned by WordPress, but they won't know it's your brand. So use your own brand, use your own name. Whatever, it could be your own name, .com, it could be anything. Choose a domain name that is unique and simple. So your domain name should be simple. Don't make it too long. Like, you want to talk about how to, become a chef, or whatever it is, or soccer guru, doc, whatever. And instead of you making it simple, like, few letters, you make it so long so that people cannot remember. You want to do something that people can remember based on your brand, and then they can go online and they can type in, and so make it, choose a domain name that is unique, very unique, and make it simple. Make it easier, like I said, make it easier for people to remember, so that when that's part of branding. Branding that stick with people's name is the brand that can remember, like Coca-Cola, Apple, Facebook. Think about that. Like, make it easier for people to remember. Choose a smaller word. I just said something simple. You can use different letters to make it shorter, rather than a long 20 letters or more. Make it within, maybe, if you can go as smaller to like 5, that even better, so people can remember. Like I said, domain are cheaper now, so you don't have to worry about, oh, it's expensive to get a domain. No, it's cheap. You can get it for free. All right, so the next one is web hosting. So web hosting, it's like I mentioned in the beginning of my presentation, is you don't want a web hosting to be a bottleneck. So if you're a blogger, you want to focus on what is good, what you are good at. So like today's example, today don't have to worry about, my website is not loading, because he knows that AkolagTech is handling it. That is their job. That is their expertise. My expertise is to write content that is amazing, that my audience will like. And then, so you focus on that to let somebody else handle all the technology aspect, which is what we are good at. Host your website and email with a hosting company. The hosting company that really do care about you. I'm not just promoting the company because it's just about how we care. We use our hosting platform ourselves for our business. So and our customers. So if we are using it, it has to be good because our customers uses it. We use it for our own website, for other websites that we own. Choose a plan that fits your needs. Just don't look at a plan because it's look cool. Just something you can start with, something simple, something cheaper, and then as your business grows, as your blog grows, and then you increase, you can always upgrade. uh, Choosing a hosting company with a great tech support. We guarantee that tech support, like if you open up a ticket, you open up anything, we are right on there to help you because we care about your success. We want you to be successful because that's when you're going to tell other people. If we don't do a good job, everybody has power. You can use social media to, so that is very important. Another thing is security. Security is the key. Not just having a website, but we also know there's so many spammers and phishers and hackers out there who are trying to compromise your work efforts. So can you imagine after spending years of building your blog and somebody just come in one day, compromise your account and wipe everything out? That is a nightmare. So, the security protection is the key. Not just building your website, and walk away, but also looking for a hosting company that understand the security impact. That is what we care about. I don't say we are the best security protection company, but I believe we did a good job in making sure that our clients' data are secure. We make sure we have a backup, that it's if something happens, you can easily roll back. So think about that when you picking your hosting company. Like security should be the top. Cheaper hosting is good. Somebody giving you 1,000 or whatever cheaper because you think it's cheaper, but what about their security is not as good? And you open up your website, and in the few months or few years, your website become compromised because the vulnerability between that hosting company has been explored. So think about that when you're picking a hosting company. So yeah, security, and I'm emphasizing security because it's some of the things that we do take very seriously. Making sure that your website is secure. SSL is free. We give it free for our clients, so you don't even have to worry about. The SSL protects your data, your content, encrypted in transit. When somebody goes to your website and then they click on contents, or they put their information, maybe they want to make a comment, they put their username, or even your own login is protected because it's SSL secure. And it's the SSL is always some of you doesn't know, it's just a padlock, the green padlock that shows up when you go on a website that tells you that website is secure. cPanel protection, this is another key thing. Like the cPanel is where you host your website. So that has to be protected as well. Use a strong password. That's another thing. Make sure your password is strong enough because if you use ABC123 or I love Mary or 2020, those passwords are easy to guess. And there's a lot of bad guys out there who are looking to explore because they have this automation that they can run, and they can just run it on any website and trying to compromise those websites using a very orchestrated systematic operation, through automation of injection and trying to compromise the website. Make sure you also back up your data. So some hosting companies do backup. We do backup regularly for our clients, so you don't have to worry about it, twice a week or once a month. So we have regular backup. But at the same time, you should, if you wanted to work on your website, you can do a backup. We have ability for you to do your own backup. Like you can go to your cPanel and back up your data. So the reason why is if let's say you're working on something and something happens by mistake, you delete a file, you can easily restore your content back. So backup is very important when it comes to protecting your website. All right, so building your own blog sites. So how do you build your own blog? So after you select the domain, a hosting plan, a team, and all that. So what's next? So you can do build it yourself or hire an expert. But if you don't have money, you can start with simple blog team. Simple, just take the team, install it. It's easy, just click. It's all about click, install, and it's done. And we have a tutorials on how to install WordPress. And if you need help, we can even guide you on how to do it. If you have a basic web developer skills, you can be more fancy. If you don't, just make it simple. Just watch the tutorial on how to install WordPress. We have tools that you can use to install your WordPress. I just click a button, so you don't have to worry about the heavy lifting. And then you select the theme that you want, simple, and then you start blogging right out of the box. You can hire someone if you have money. You can hire someone to do your blog website. So how do you optimize your blog site? So this is one of the key things that I also wanted to mention. This is technical aspect of it, but it's not as that technical. It's all about optimizing your content using, keywords, links that can rank well on Google. So I'll give you one example. So like somebody writing about, I'll use today as an example, travel, that's his niche. So you want to pick something that maybe somebody's traveling to Nigeria, for example. You want to put write a blog that says seven important tips or things you need to know while traveling to Nigeria. So when somebody search on Google, those might pop up, and if you do a good job in your search engine SEO, you can rank one of the top 10, which is, and then when somebody click on it and then they click on your blog and then they see information tips that can help them, maybe free, or maybe they might want to contact you if you do some kind of services. But that's how you start. You choose the keyword that can rank very well on Google, and and you write blog about, you write content about it. Most of the time, if you focus on writing a good content, Google actually look, out of all the people that are blogging, they will look for the contents that are more detailed. So that's one of the things that you should also pay attention to. More details, cross all the T's, dot all the I's. So when somebody is saying looking to come to Nigeria for vacation, you already went through all the list, 7 tips. You can even, if somebody already have 7 tips and then they're ranking, you do 15 tips. That's the mentality. So Google will rank you more because like, oh, this guy has more information to offer than the other person. So think about it, keyword, content, links. You can do links by looking for other blog sites that you can link that are more similar. You can ask for links so that because Google also uses a link to rank you well on Google. So links is always good. You can ask all the bloggers to ask you can send email. I like to, link to your website. Or you can refer, say, can you help me post this content on your website so you can get more ranking? All right. So AkolagTech plan package. So we have a plan for blog plans for anyone who wanted to sign up for blog plan, which means if you want to start writing your content, you make up your mind. We have a plan, so you can sign up for the plan. You can go to the website directly, www.akolagtech.com/blog-plan. You can see our blog plan, and this is our plan. Right now we're doing promo, so we have a mini plan. We have a small, those two are under promotion right now, so you can get your free domain, uh, you know, for 3,000 naira. Free domain, free, you get 2 gig, you get 5 gig bandwidth, you get aliases domain, and then you have 10 minutes to the training. As one of our staff can help you. How do you navigate and install? So if you want to go a little bit higher, you can do small, medium, and large. So it's a promotion going on. So this is for the bloggers out there. So if you're willing to invest, and I'll tell you how you can even pay for your hosting and have money. So that will be on the next slide. So how do you sign up for a plan and affiliate marketing? So what we've been doing is like also help people have extra income. Pay for your hosting plan with your affiliate program. So you join an affiliate program. So how does affiliate program works is I'm just gonna. There's more information if you wanted to learn more. You can go to www.AkolagTech.com /AFF. And we're also going to share this information to everyone. So if you can drop your email on the chat, we can send you tips or information. But so the way our affiliate program works is, you sign up, and then once you sign up, you can start promoting your affiliate. So you have your own account, you have your own dedicated link. So that link, you can put it on your website. So when people go to your website, they click on it and then they sign up. You're earning income. There are people that are taking that advantage. We have people that have made a lot of money through our affiliate program that even pay for their domain and I mean their hosting. So you don't have to worry about how I'm gonna pay for my hosting every year. So there is opportunity. You can use your skills, your website to promote your affiliate program, so that when people go to your website, they click, they sign up, you earn money that way. So let me quickly run through these gifts, and then we'll talk about Q&A later on. So gifts for you is, we're going to give everybody that joined this webinar 2,000 naira for signing up for affiliate program today. So when you go to this, register, put your email. If you put your email, we can send you email on how to also sign up. So like I said, 2,000. So drop your email so we know, so you can get that 2,000. Okay. Use that email when you sign up so we can reference your email with that. So give you 2,000 to your affiliate account. You have to sign up today or by tomorrow. The limit is only first 40. So you have to, once we reach that, we're going to stop that. You can cash out your affiliate after 3K. So after 3K, you can cash out. You can use it to pay your hosting. So we just show you. So right now, your hosting for 3,000 is already been paid for. So so this is the beauty of it. Like you can start blogging today without even worrying about all the technology, all the costs. The only thing you need is start writing the content. Come up with your idea. You can use you can use it to pay your plan or your data, whatever. So that's another thing is that we find people that are actually using the affiliate program to buy data for their time. So the cost for them to run their blog is zero. So this is something you have to think about too. So we give a free domain for life. So the 3K is the first year, we're giving it for free, but you have to, like I said, you can pay that off with your affiliate program. And the small plan is for life. The 6,001 is for life. You don't have to pay anything. We're gonna give you free ebook. Just sign up for your email. We give you free ebook that you can you can read through. Free webinar training session coming up soon. So we're gonna be doing more of this. So we will reach out to people that join this webinar. There's free more training that's gonna come. This is the beginning. We're gonna be actually, walking you through with Tunde on how do you become a become successful. Some of the things that you will be learning. So that's the gift for you. So let's go to quick question and answer. So drop your email in the chat, please, guys, so that we can follow up with you and sign up for that affiliate program, and we can reference that email with your affiliate. So any questions? I think we can start answering the question now today. So,
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So, Akim, can you hear me properly?
yes, I can hear you properly.
Fine, because I was trying to go through the questions and then I saw that initially people were finding it difficult to hear. So I'm assuming everyone else can hear us now. So I have been trying to curate the questions, and then I think I am doing well so far with the questions. So I will start, and then anyone I fail to answer, just know I probably missed it. So call my attention to it so I can attend to it properly. So the first one here is what are the instruments I need to become a successful blog or blogger? Like, so the instruments you need to actually become a successful blogger or run a successful blog is you. Like, you are the most important instrument here. No matter how many gadgets you buy, no matter how many plugins you buy, no matter who you are hosting with and all, if you are faulty as a person, your blog or your blogging career will be faulty as well. You will pull it down. So you are the most important instrument. So as a person, you need to be willing to do this thing. So like I said before, if you don't put money first, if you make your mission become you wanting to deliver value rather than money, then you will be on the right track. So the first instrument you need is you. You need to be consistent. You need to know that this is actually a marathon and not a sprint. Secondly, another instrument that will come in handy is you making friends with bloggers or belonging to a blogging community. Akolag is going to be having a community that you can join where you can continually have knowledge about, this is the new tool you should use if you are experiencing this. This is what you should do when you're having this problem and all. Like just last week, I think Akim, myself and you were talking about an issue I was facing with security on my blog.
Yes,
Like some
yes,
guys have been trying to take over the blog. When you start when you blog for a particular period of time and it's earning a particular number of traffic, some strange guys will just be interested in taking
yes,
your blog, and then the next day you won't know what happened. Your blog has been hacked and all. So I discussed with Akim and he was like, there is a plugin I think you can use for it. Let me help you test it and then I will help you fix it immediately. And then I said, no, while I help you fix it. And then he fixed it for me, and every day I get an alert, I get a notification whenever anyone makes an attempt on my blog. So
right.
belonging to a community or belonging to a group of people with like minds will really help you in taking care of your blog. So joining community, like I said, Akolag will have a community soon that will be giving you updates on blog ideas, blogging tips. These are the bloggers you should be following and all. So you need these people so that you can even ask questions and you can help people answer their own questions. So again, you need to join forums. So there is Nairaland. It is the largest forum in Nigeria and one of the largest in Africa. There is a blogging section in Nairaland where you can go, you read people's problems that they are faced with blogging, how to get traffic and all. So those are basically the instruments you need. And then probably I would say you need a laptop. Don't use your phone to blog. It's not interesting. Use a laptop. It's more comfortable to write. So use your laptop, and you need electricity, you need data, and these things are not easy, especially when you are not making money yet. But the truth is, if you are stubborn enough, when people around you know you are actually stubborn and you are willing to go for this thing, they would support you. Trust me. So show the willingness that you really want to grow, and then people will fall over themselves to help you ensure you succeed. Oh, so that's it about the instruments you need to become a successful blog or run a successful blog. Um, how can I get partnership? So, like I said before, again, emphasis on creating value. It is when you create value. If you are doing entertainment or if you are blogging to help people with anything at all, any niche you are in at all, even if you are blogging about automobiles, if you are blogging about mortuary, see, if you can consistently create value, and by
Yeah.
value I mean simply researching, hey, what should I write on today? For instance, a way that I have taken to create value now is I wrote a blog post a while ago on, if you search Google for how to become a blogger, on the first page you will see one of my blog posts there. On how to become a travel blogger, you will see one of my blog posts there. I wrote it. It's about 10 things you should do before you start your travel blogging career. So I am trying to create value for people who are about entering that niche. So when people find that blog useful, more people will come to your website, and that's an indication to Google that, hey, Google will say, it seems this guy is really giving people something interesting there. We need to make more people see his blog post then. So they will be pushing my blog post up so that more people that are searching for a solution to their problem will see it. I've written posts about how best to explore different parts of Nigeria, how to explore Southwest Nigeria on a 50,000 naira budget, things like that, creating value for people. And then with time, a lot of people will be interested in reading your blog. And when companies and all, don't forget, the people that are reading your blog, they are probably working for some companies. So when their company might be talking about, okay, we need to do something, and then we need bloggers in this particular niche. Probably it's a tech company that needs to promote a new thing, and you are writing about tech. If one of the staff has visited your blog before and sees that it seems your content is really cool, then this person will be inside the conference room and be telling the other decision makers that, hey, I know someone that I think we should approach for a partnership, and I think it will yield fruit because this person, a lot of people like the content. You get what I'm trying to dive at now? So focus on just creating value. When you focus on creating value, remember what I told you about the guy that called me out of the blues and was like, hey, he saw my post on Nairaland and thinks I should work with Travel Start on a project. So when you consistently focus on creating value, people will just find you somehow. People will talk about you to others. So that's one of the best ways you can create value. Again, you can get partnerships by deliberately looking at companies and then crafting a solution to a problem you think you can solve together. So example is what we are doing together with what I'm doing together with Akolag. We figured, hey, there is a way we can actually make things work smoothly for new and aspiring bloggers. How about we coming together to do this thing? So that's a partnership. A partnership has been formed, and then that is just one out of numerous ways you can create partner. But the most important thing is try to focus on creating value. If you approach a company for a partnership, even if your idea is really brilliant, they will need to do a backup check on you. And if they are checking you, they are checking your social media feeds, they are checking your blog, and they see that you are not consistent or your content is not something they want to relate with, then they will just look for a way to just put you one side and then continue with their life and all. So that's it about getting partnership. The most important thing now for you is focus on creating value. Next question is, what are the benefits of customization? See, customization
I
is
don't know
like,
what I don't know what that is. Like
okay, yeah, whatever it would mean. I think there's a general idea around customization. Customization simply means custom made for you. So whether in the aspect of domain name now, if you don't use a custom domain for yourself, you would be categorized as every other person. You have limited access to a lot of things, even on the platforms you are running on. Customization helps you become different. It makes you purple cow. Have you seen a purple cow before? No. You've probably only seen brown cows, black cows, or white cows. that is what the general knows. But imagine you being a purple cow in the midst of different cows. So people can easily spot you. People can really pay attention to you because you have customized your own thing. People customize their car plates, plate number, because they want people to give them special attention. So when you customize whatever you do with your blog to yourself, special attention and special care is being given to you wherever you go, both by your readers and potential partners. So you said, without much capital, can I become a successful one in blogging? Yes, you can. I'm saying it again. All you need to show is the resilience and the willingness to want to succeed. When you show the signs, the people around you will join you, and then they will ensure you succeed. So basically, you need, in as much as you don't need to have all the money in this world to start a blog, you need a capital, like small money. Like I told you, I gathered money from my friends because I knew I needed to buy a custom domain and host my blog before I can start pushing out my blog posts at all. So like you don't need too much capital, but you need at least the basic things like your laptop, a domain, and a hosting platform. Those things are really important, and obviously you need internet connection to make research and all. So next one is, there are many blogs that write on different topics. How do you make your blog unique, even if it is a common subject? So this is it. I don't know, you are all conversant with the Bible, I assume, and the Bible has different versions. So they tell you, the pastor might be preaching to them and say, hey, open your Bible, and then you might have King James version of the Bible. Someone else might have another version of the Bible. But the truth is, you both have the same. If they tell you to read a particular verse, you both probably have the same content, but those verses must have been written in a different fashion or format. But it doesn't change the fact that it is the same content. The fact that you are in the same niche with people that are plenty bloggers are in your niche does not mean you can't still do your own thing in a unique way. Today, as I speak to you, there are a lot of travel bloggers around, but I still find a way to ensure that my blog posts still look unique to my readers. And how have I been able to do this? I've been able to identify what are my strengths. My strength is that I am good with storytelling. I'm good with storytelling. I love to read. I read what other bloggers are writing. So when I see what other bloggers are writing, I try to look at it that, okay, Tunde, this is what this person has written. How can you make this person's writing? How can you make it better than what this person has done? So that's what I will go and focus on. If the person uses a lot of quotes and all in their own blog posts, how can you make it better? Okay, maybe if you infuse a couple of comics and jokes in your own, it would make it better. So just look for that thing that you know is your strong point and try to use it to build and develop yourself. And trust me, before you know it, you find your voice, and then your voice will be something people would want to always read and react to. Next one is that, how do I get my blog to rank both locally and globally? It's very, very interesting. So getting your blog to rank means that that's supposed to be like another master class or another session on its own. But the truth is, if you can dedicate your time to studying about blog, to writing insightful and helpful content to people, yeah, the more people begin to find out that your blog is useful to them, the more they would want to stick with you, and then your blog will start ranking. Google will only rank your blog post when it feels that people are deriving value from it. So you need to start by creating value for people first. Write as many blog posts as possible. Share your blog posts. Have enough people. You know, I told you need to really make people your friend. Have enough people that can always be sharing your stuff and all. And then before you know it, you'll be getting small tractions, and then your blog visitors will be growing. And when Google notices this, it will start pushing your blog post up until it gets to the first page, and then you get even more viewers from outside Nigeria. So next one is that I would like more explanation. Okay.
I can answer that. So
Let me say something.
I can answer that questions. What are the basic tools I need for blogging? So like I went over it. So So the basic tools is number one is you need to have a website. But in order for you to have a website, you have to have a domain. So that's the tools. You buy the domain, and then you host the website. So you have to host the website with the company. A lot of people, like today just mentioned in his presentation, that people just go to the easy route of using WordPress.com or bloggers.com. The problem with those is once you become bigger, or once you're ready, let's say you start something blogging small because it's free, it might be difficult for you to move all your content to your new domain. So I would say to start, like I said, we just put it out there that you can even have your domain or your hosting paid off. If you sign up for the affiliate, you get 2,000 today, and then the 1,000 you can easily come out of your pocket, and you can secure your domain and then your website, hosting. You have it there, and then if you don't have anything, somebody asks question about can I keep my I don't have anything to blog yet, but can I have a domain and hosting? Yes, you can do that. Just to secure the domain, because the problem is everybody start. The way you're looking for a unique domain, other people are also looking for it too. So whoever get to it first, if you buy yours and you just secure it, so you have it, you don't have to compete with anybody. So when you ready to blog, then you start using your domain, and use WordPress. WordPress is good, is the best blog tools out there, because it has all the plugins you can use. It has all these features. It makes your blogging easy. So a lot of bloggers use WordPress. So WordPress is another tool that you can use, and there's so many plugins because there's so many community of WordPress and any other content creator tools out there. So that will be the answer to that question. So the next question was, what is the first thing that attract people when reading a post? So Tunde, do you wanna answer that?
Okay. So what attracts people to want to read your blog post? I don't know. I'm a guy, and then I think many guys are moved by what they see. Yeah, so that's why when we see a lady, we are mostly enticed by how interesting the breast looks, or how the buttock looks, or how impressive she's dressed. So I think almost the same thing applies to blogging. The way you start your blog post matters a whole lot. So you need to, for you to actually master this art, you need to read a lot. Like at every point in time in my life since I started blogging, there is for every month there is a book I am reading. So this month I'm currently reading something. Next month I'm currently reading something, and I'm reading books from writers that I really admire. So when you admire a couple of writers, read about how do they write? How is their style like? When you read a lot about them, don't limit it to one. Read a lot of writers and then use it to fashion out your own style. Look at how they start writing. Some people can start with a story. Some people can tell you, close your eyes and imagine something. Some people can start with a quote. Some people can start with narrating an experience. Like that is like the first few steps to know how to really captivate people. And then because if you lose people with your first line, you definitely will lose them. You won't even make them read your blog at the end of the day. So I think that's like how to get them to read your blog. I have a question here that says you'd like more explanation on how to use links to generate more traffic for your blog. So this one is simply about backlinks and getting links. The truth is, when people are writing, when I write, one of the criteria for you to actually rank on Google is how many have you linked to an external source to back up your blog post. If you don't link to an external source, you lose a mark. So if you want to refer to an external source, it therefore means you need to go and refer to a blog that has a concrete content that you can use to back up your own. So for you to look for a blog that has concrete content, it therefore means that blog the writer of that blog or the owner of that blog is actually putting a lot of work into their own blogs. So it therefore means when people want to refer to your own blog, they want to assume that you too, you are putting in a lot of work. So that's why I will always emphasize on the fact that you need to be dedicated to creating value. When you are dedicated to creating value, you find yourself putting out really amazing content, irrespective of the niche you are actually writing on. So that's like what I have to say about that answer. So I let
Next one
me
was
see what
long.
other
It
question.
says, how do I?
Which one?
So the next one was, I recently
Yeah.
discovered that I have a gig for writing, and people were
Yeah.
encouraging to start blogging, but the person said I write about general support. How do I select a niche? How do I pick a niche?
Okay, so I recently discovered I have a knack for writing. Wrote a couple of pieces, and after sharing, someone suggested I start a blog. Yeah, but the challenge is I write about general stuff, life happenings. How do I go about selecting a niche? So if you write about life happenings, there are a lot of things that has to do about life happenings. Yeah, I was telling Akim a while ago that hey, I have an ebook I was supposed to share, but it's not something I would want to share because I want to sell it. I wrote a book about premature ejaculation. Premature ejaculation is actually one of life happenings, right?
Right,
Marriage is one of the things about life happenings.
right,
Raising babies is one of the things about life happenings.
right.
Wooing ladies is one of the problems people have. It's about life happenings. Relating with family is one of those things. So there are different niches under life happening. So just choose one that you think you would have enough things to talk about and then start writing about it. People just want to know you for something. I know a couple of people. I know there's this lady called Mamalet. What she does is she creates content for nursing mothers, basically nursing mothers, and that's how she go to raise funds for her company and all. Basically, what she does is give tips to nursing mothers. Opari, that's what she does. So just look for
Mm,
that thing. If it is life
that's so much.
happening, look for that part of life happening that you want to write about. Is it marriage? Is it family? Is it relationships? Is it sex and all? So just find that thing. Next one is like currently blog on WordPress, but I want a domain name and a host. How can I go about it, especially as I'm a newbie? For this one, Akolag will handle this. Once we are done with this session, they will reach out
Yeah.
to
So
you,
so
tell you.
so so like we just showed you how you can register. So 3,000 naira will get you a free domain and a hosting that you can start. But actually, you can pay for that with your affiliate program. So 2,000 naira is already will be credit towards your account, and then that means 1,000 is what you're going to be using towards at the end of the year. So you will get your money back, like literally. So it will pay itself. Everything will pay itself.
Okay.
You duty through
All right.
through
Aki.
through the affiliate program. Yep.
Yeah.
Hey,
So I quickly want us to wrap this up. Like the questions are coming in like a
it's
lot, and then
coming.
I want
Yeah,
us to finish by 10. Like we started since 8.
it's a
So
lot. It's a
um
lot. Yeah.
so
Yes. So let's wrap
next
it.
one is
Let's wrap the
yeah,
question
like
quickly.
yeah. So the next one is, can I really get a lot of traffic from a tech and gaming blog? Whoever this is, Techno F1 C. If I were not blogging in the travel niche, I probably would be doing tech or gaming. I swear down. Like people are raking in a lot of money from gaming and tech. At least I know a couple of tech bloggers that are making money. Tech is like the in thing now, and then a lot of people see you can make a lot of money and traffic from tech and gaming blog. Trust me, like just hang around. Like Akola got something for you. Can I host my website and keep it? Since I have no intention of blogging anytime this year, it's fine. It's one of the
Yeah.
smartest things to do. Just buy it like I did. I bought my own for months and I did not blog at all. I was trying to just gather momentum, write content, build content, talk to people about my intentions and all. So you can keep it so that someone don't get to go and use your own domain and then you get screwed at the end of the day. So next one is um do you have suggestions about a blog community that can be helpful while we wait for Akola community. So for now, because there is actually no community dedicated to catering for bloggers from different niches. That is why I want to be doing this with Akolag, to actually have a community dedicated to helping bloggers succeed in terms of sharing their content, giving them content inspiration, and also even getting gigs for them, irrespective of their niches. So for now, I think you should go to Naland and just look at the blog section, so you can be reading about different topics people have about blogging, and you can actually learn a whole lot. That was what I did because I needed more experience then starting out. So
Can I change
next
my
one is,
my domain name after hosting? Yes, you can change it, but
yeah, that's the next question, Abby. Yeah, you
you
can
have to
change it. You
buy
can
it.
change
You
it.
have to buy a new one. Yeah, you can change it, but
Yes,
you have to buy
yes,
a new one. Yeah.
yes. I think that's all. Like I am, I'm really exhausted now.
Yes.
After that,
Thank
so
you today. Thank you today. That's. I mean, this is almost 2 hours. It's
like
just like a lot
seriously,
of people are very very engaging with this
I
webinar. So that is very good. That means we're doing something good. So
uh,
we're gonna wrap this up. So if anybody has any question, please send us email to our contact info@akolagtech.com, or you can just follow us, follow Tunde. You can ask Tunde any questions on an Instagram or any just if you have
yeah,
any.
it's Nomadic Negro on Instagram and
Yeah.
on Twitter
So
as well. Nomadic_Negro. So I'm just typing it. Yeah, let
yeah,
me see.
type it in there, and I also wanted to show it to
Uh,
people.
everyone.
Yeah, so that is
So
Tunde
okay, that's it on the screen.
on
Yeah.
the screen. So you guys follow him
Yeah.
on Twitter, on Instagram. You can. I don't know if Tunde would like you to call him, but you can call him as well.
I I I I cring with calling. I don't really feel comfortable with calling, but
Yeah,
WhatsApp messages are fine.
fine. Yes. And the same thing with us. Akolag. Just search for Akolag. You see
uh,
us. All right. So we're gonna.
Thank you very much, guys.
All right.
I'm out. I'm out.
Okay. All right,
Okay,
Tunde.
so yeah. So we can do a call shortly on WhatsApp at the Akim.
Yes.
All right, that's
All
fine.
right, guys. All right. Take care, guys. We're gonna send the recording to everyone that joins. Thank you, guys. You guys can send me your. You guys can send an email if you want to. So take care, guys. All right. Bye.